Thanks again for coming in, Mr. and Mrs. Hannigan. I really appreciate it. Look, I won't lie to you. I have some concerns about Marietta's most recent assignment.
What kind of concerns?
As you might know, this week we were looking at hate in the home. Some of your daughter's answers to the task, what we hate and why, were a little alarming.
Can you give us an example?
Certainly. For instance, my father hates ... Jew. Why? Wet socks?
I think she means Jew.
Goes right through his socks when he gets the paper on a winter's morning.
Oh! An honest mistake, sure. How about this one? My grandmother hates ... And then it's just got a rather crude drawing of some Chinese children.
Can I see?
Of course.
Oh, now I see. My mother is a very conservative woman and quite the opponent of euthanasia, which Marietta has interpreted as...
Oh, youth in Asia. Got it.
It's not appropriate.
There was one more thing. I asked all the children to come up with one word to describe something that they hate. Some of the answers were quite cute. Carrots, rain, muesli, ugh. Others were more inspired. They said they hated prejudice, violence, injustice.
I'm assuming Marietta's was one of the latter.
This was hers.
Christ.
I take it you see why I might have an issue with this?
Of course.
I explicitly asked for one-word answers.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome to The Forecast, the show where we bring you news before it happens. Tonight we're predicting that drive-through procedures could become just that little bit more personal. Congestion may worsen on Sydney trains and doctors across the country will begin utilising their vocal prowess to soften the blows of terminal news. But first, before we delve too deeply into the week that will be, let's revisit all we got wrong in the week that was, with the retractions. Yes, well, when we trade in rumour and speculation, we must be held accountable. And last week we made several claims and predictions that, when transpired, were less than factual. Our resident drummer and head of complaints has dug out some of the more unsavoury. Kappa?
Yeah, Jack, it's a pleasure to be here once again for another show. I think our most profuse apology should be saved for this ad that aired in last week's episode of The Forecast.
Our Squeezy Fresh sanitizers kill 100% of germs, meaning your hands are clean and you can properly address the elephant in the room.
Welcome to couples therapy. So why don't we start with you telling me when your partner became obsessed with Germany?
It would have been 99? Just after Jerry's wedding. Yeah, that's right. We had the schnitzel.
Squeezy Fresh, for clean hands and clear minds.
Guten Tag.
Yes, well, thankfully that egregious ad has since been thrust from the airways, and for damn good reason. You see, that hand sanitizer, it doesn't kill 100% of germs at all. It only kills 99%. So what will become of that pesky little 1%? Let's find out.
What the hell? Sorry, mate. Where are we?
You are in an old man's rectum. It's kind of the lobby of the human body, hence the music.
Right. Just to hear rectum, you don't expect to be so... clean.
No one ever does.
And who are all these people?
These people. They're just germs.
All right, come on, mate. That's a little offensive. I mean,
No, not offensive. Down here, we're all germs.
right. Just they don't look as put together as you.
Well, no, of course they wouldn't. I didn't grow up around these parts. I come from a little higher up the bloodstream, if you know what I mean. You see these boat shoes?
Sure.
You see these earlobes that suggest generations of inbreeding?
Sure.
Have you ever heard of the Sydney Church of England Grammar School?
Sure.
Yes. I'm the 1%. The envy of every knockabout hand sanitizer.
You know what, mate? I actually think that's...
Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta crash a kid's birthday party, if you know what I'm saying.
Sorry, mate. Didn't even catch your name.
Oh, it's Luke. Leukemia. Maybe we should catch up for a beer sometime.
Oh, I'm not staying long, I'm afraid. Just short visit. In and out. You know how it goes, poking around. It's Colin. Colonoscopy.
And what's leukemia doing in an old bloke's arsehole? Time to find out what's happening on those roads. Vic LaRusso joins me live with an all-important traffic report. How are you, Vic?
That's right, Jack. We're overlooking High Street, Bankstown, where some alarming scenes are materialising in the form of bushfires. Experts are saying this is the worst bushfire in Bankstown history. Emergency crews are rushing to the scene, causing heavy delays and bumper-to-bumper traffic on Canterbury Road. Actually, Jack, upon further inspection, the bushfires seem to be neither bush nor fire. The smoke is actually coming from some type of gathering, possibly a wedding. Attendees in hired luxury vehicles are ripping burnouts and doughies, while others record on Snapchat as the smoke slowly rises.
Oracle, that's not Bankstown, big fella.
In other transport delays, industrial action continues on the Bankstown train line. The long and short of it is, there's going to be more people on the train than usual. Packed carriages, tight spaces, and heavy BO, so don't expect a seat. And don't be surprised if some creep in a cheap Tarakash suit sandwiches you between his junk and the sliding doors. Back to you in the studio, Jack.
In a continuing vein, let's find out what's happening in the world of medicine. I'm joined by Dr. Dick Foote. How are you, Dick?
Oh, I'm splendid, Jack. Although I've had bugger all patients since I've stopped bulk billing, so I have had to start operating on myself again.
Couldn't you just not operate until you get a patient?
No, Jack, I've got to keep my chops up, you know? Didn't go through 2.5 years of medical school to just not operate. Plus, it turns out I'm not actually that good at it.
Well, that's a shock.
I've also had to go back to the drive-through a few nights a week just for a bit of income, you know?
Where will it end?
Well, I can tell you where it won't end, Jack. Drive-through colonoscopies.
What?
Yes, drive-through colonoscopies. We'll be rolling them out later in the week, and yours truly will be one of the first responders, if you will.
Hi, what can I get you today?
I don't know what to get. What are you getting?
I'll just get a regular COVID test.
Yeah, does the regular COVID come with nose and throat or just nose?
Great, so that's 2 regular COVIDs, both with throat and nose, and 1 with extra padding on the throat swab.
I've got an extremely tender larynx. But... Yeah, that's all right.
Drive through. Hi, what can I get you today?
Just colonoscopy.
Hello?
Just the colonoscopy, please.
Sorry, could you repeat that, please?
Colonoscopy!
Will that be all for today?
Well, no. I've just got a few questions. Will I be in the car the whole time?
Yes, sir. We're drive-through only after 11.
Oh. And look, will I get some kind of anaesthetic?
We're all out of anaesthetic, I'm afraid. We do provide complimentary numbing cream post-procedure.
Oh, well, it's better than nothing.
Sorry, sir. My manager's just told me our numbing cream machine is currently not working.
How long will the procedure take?
5 minutes.
5 minutes? For a colonoscopy?
Give or take. You may have to wait in the waiting bay, and there's a good chance we'll get part or all of your order wrong.
Get it wrong? No. I need it to be perfect first go.
Hey, hurry up, asshole.
Okay, oh, what on earth? Look, I can't do this. I'm going to go.
Sir?
I should have just got health insurance.
Contact! Oh, what a nightmare.
Sophia.
Hi, Evelyn.
You're late again.
I know, parking's a bit tricky in the rain. I must say, sometimes I do envy that Suzuki Swift of yours. It must be so convenient.
It sure is.
Have I missed much?
No, not really. I mean, not unless you count old feet for hands Amy dropping the ball cold half a dozen times uncontested. She's a little klutz.
My daughter.
She must be more of the academic type, I'm sure.
Oh, she is.
Great.
Oh, speaking of smart, I heard little Mary has just enrolled in remedial English. How fabulous for the schools to provide these opportunities, you know, for the slower students.
You know, I couldn't agree more. You know, when I first saw your Amy, I did not recognize her. No, I mean, she's grown so much over the summer. Yes, in both directions. It's a shame that they don't offer remedial portion control, isn't it?
Yes, it is a shame. Speaking of shame, how's your husband?
You've heard?
Oh, about the affair with his secretary? Yes, sure did. What's the name? Johan?
Michael and I have quite the modern family.
Obviously.
You know, speaking of family, I heard yours is growing.
Did you?
Yes, you haven't heard. Amy has been buying pregnancy tests like they're going out of fashion.
Oh!
I'd say if it were my daughter, well, off to the clinic she goes, but each to their own, right?
Oh, I don't think you'll have to worry about that, Evelyn.
No?
No, you see, Mary's face is kind of a natural contraceptive.
Yes, of course. You know, speaking of natural contraceptives, I heard your eldest might be barren. Oh! Yes, and I suppose there's always adoption, isn't there?
Oh, speaking of adoption, does Mary know yet?
No, she doesn't actually.
Oh, well, fingers crossed it never comes out accidentally in the school newsletter.
Speaking of coming out, have you ever considered it?
As a lesbian?
As a bitch.
Let's cut the bullshit, shall we? It's time to find out what hardline investigative work the Oracle's been sinking his teeth into in this week's edition of In the Field.
When it comes to taxation, Australians are quick to point the finger at those they feel aren't paying their fair share. Big business, billionaires, and barons of oil. And whilst this elite group are no doubt tax-dodging scum, allegedly, I feel it's time we shine a light on another sector of society where tax evaders preside. I'm talking, of course, about your local cash-only businesses. I'm in the mood for a little bit of fish. Yes, do you serve any sea bass? Sea bass? No, I'm saying I'm going to have to see your bass statements for the last 2 years. I'm with the ATO, so I'm just going to need to see the books. Yeah. A couple of good dishes, I see. Translated menu. Service a little slow. After steamed rice, crackling pork, and I look at your books for the last 2 financial years. Cash only. I wonder why that is. And financial year's coming up. It's always interesting around tax time, isn't it? You know what you can claim back. Thank you. Okay. Can't tax tips. So, yeah. And I'm sure I'll be back. ATO. Seems to be in a foreign language. No? I know, I'm with the ATO. Yeah, so you've been busted. Tax evasion knows no colour, no gender, no creed. It can be done by anyone at any time. But if you are going to do it, my personal recommendation is to at least contribute to your local economy. Thank you so much. What a tasty dish. Back to you in the studio, Jack. I'm going to tuck in.
To finance now, I'm joined by Steve Jobs' slightly lesser-known brother, hands jobs.
Yes, sir. I may be lesser known, less successful, less tech savvy, more unfortunately named, but I am something that Steve will never be, Jack. Fashionably inclined.
Oh, very good. Sorry, I thought you were gonna say live. You know, just the setup there.
What? Steve's dead?
I gotta say, you don't look a hell of a lot like Steve Jobs. Sitting down, you look a bit shorter, and you're a lot more Korean.
Different mums, Jack. Not to mention different dads.
So hang on. Sorry, he's not related at all to Steve Jobs.
Not in the traditional sense. Or the non-traditional sense.
This is a waste of time. All right, let's talk some finance, Hans. What would you say is the biggest threat to the Australian economy at present?
That's easy. Immigrants.
Oh, okay. Too many?
No, not enough. Now, I don't want to insert myself into everything, Jack.
Gross.
But we've got jobs, baby. Businesses are struggling to hire because nobody wants to work. The hospitality sector's been hit the hardest with cafes and pubs, you know, not able to hire. But the businesses that are getting hit the hardest are the ethnic restaurants because, you know, they relied on the internationals to work there. Because
gives you that authentic feeling.
Thank you, the authentic feeling.
I'm assuming the short-term solution would just be to raise wages.
Fuck no. No, I predict that these local ethnic restaurants are going to have a spike in hiring locals that can give a passable foreign accent.
A passable foreign accent?
Yes.
Rather than just raising wages?
Mm-hmm.
Now, that seems like a far more pragmatic way to go about it.
Yeah, and way cheaper.
Hey, beautiful people, how was your meal?
Actually, it's been terrible, mate.
Terrible? Oh, no.
Yeah, it's not all good. I mean, quite frankly, it's been a disaster, this whole experience.
Oh, what's the matter? What's the matter, hey?
Well, for starters, the food.
The food made with such love, passion, my wife's sweat and tears. What's wrong with the food?
I ordered a handmade margarita pizza, and it was quite obviously frozen.
Mi scusi. Lucia, you stupid bitch! I tell you all the time, unfreeze the pizza!
Mate, there's no need to yell at your staff like that. It's...
No, she my wife,
It's not the point, though, is it? I mean, like, look at your marketing. It's very misleading. Live music all night long.
Yes.
The only live music we've heard is that weirdo playing the Godfather theme over and over again.
It's a racist stereotype, and a repetitive one at that.
Yeah, where's this baritone direct from Naples we've been reading about in your advertising?
He's right here, come.
C'è la luna, mezzo mare, mamma mia, mi Sitto biglia fantasia, itto via, mamma mia.
Like, this is all a bit much, don't you think? The fake accents, the moustaches, what are you doing?
This moustache, this accent is very authentic Italiano experience.
Oh, that's gross.
Insult me in my restaurante.
Authentic? I lived in Italy for 2 years. I can tell your waiters aren't actually Italian.
No.
When I walked in here this evening, I said to one of them, "Buona serata, come stai questa sera?" And I could tell he had no idea what I was saying.
You're crazy. Everyone know what that buona means, okay? You wait. Hi, Mum. How you going? Yeah, I'm at work. Burgers or meatloaf, anything. I don't care. Bye. Now, where were we?
We were in the middle of writing you a scathing Google review and asking for our money back.
You forgot about my wife's birthday cake. You know, we pre-ordered that.
Babe.
Yeah, no, I was supposed to bring you tiramisu and sing you happy birthday, but this is...
Happy birthday right now. Please stay. Happy birthday.
That's not happy birthday. Stop it. No, please, that's enough.
Okay, stop again.
We're just about to leave. Thank you very much. The hell was that?
It's okay. Lucia! Shooting table 6, another one.
A shooting?
Yes. You know, one man tried to pay for another man's bill.
You're saying a man's killed another man in cold blood because he paid for his dinner and he felt disrespected?
See.
Maybe this place is authentic.
My grandmother bought this chode in 1887. It's quite dense and it's very realistic. and it means a great deal to my family.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Dennis. At open market today, I'd say it can probably command anywhere between £8,000 and £9,000. So it's quite valuable indeed.
Sorry?
I said at open market today, probably somewhere between £8,000 and £9,000 sterling. So
What's that, boy? I can't hear you.
Will Dennis take the cash? Find out on all new Antiques Chode Show. Coming up next after the forecast.
time for the weather. Tim Bailey, will you be slip, slop, slapping this weekend, mate?
Wowee, Jack. If you're referring to my crippling Paggies addiction, I'd prefer you didn't bring it up on air.
I wasn't.
In Pyrmont, we got a warm front coming up, bringing in those beautiful blue skies for your Saturday, Sunday and Monday. La Nina, pack your bags and head back on up to northern New South Wales and parts of Queensland. I'm sorry, Lismore, but you're expecting more flood, rain and insurance claims. Hey, don't shoot the bales. I'm only the weatherman. Melbourne looking a little bit drab and raindrops on your rooftops in Adelaide, and the hails is predicted by the bales in Canberra. As for Perth, too far away for me to care, Jack.
What about Tasmania and the NT?
Good one, Jack.
Well, let's wrap things up on a slightly lighter note, shall we? It's time for this week's feel-good story. Now, each week we ask our viewers to write in with some positive news and predictions on the week to come. This week's story comes from Marjorie in Revesby. I'll just get it here. Thanks, Marge. She says, "Hi, Jack." Don't say that on a plane. I wanted to give a shout out to the wonderful palliative care unit at St Vincent's Hospital for geriatric cases and lost causes, who've recently formed a bit of a doctor's choir. It's a bit of fun and a nice way to lighten the mood for terminally ill patients and their loved ones. However, I'm predicting things could get a tad heated this week. What with regionals around the corner. Ooh.
Doctor, doctor, give me the news. I got a bad case of loving you. No pills gonna kill my heels. I've got a bad case of loving you.
I need a doctor!
I'm a doctor.
Great. I got a call telling me to come to the hospital urgently. Is my grandmother okay?
Grandmother, let me, I'm sorry to tell you this, young lady, but, yeah.
Oh, no.
We got a call overnight, and it turns out that your grandmother, well, she had a stroke.
A stroke?
Let me finish. A stroke of good fortune. She's totally fine. So, yeah, I should have let it go.
Okay. You couldn't have just told me that over the phone.
Well, I could have, but I don't know if over the phone would have been the best way of telling someone that their grandmother had an
aneurysm.
An aneurysm? Oh my God! Well, why'd you wait so long to tell me?
Sorry. It says here that it looked like an aneurysm. But it turns out it was just a maraschino cherry some idiot left on the scanner.
What?
It's crazy how incompetent we... 12 years at medical school.
Okay, well, if there's nothing else, I really should be going, so thank you.
If there was something else, I probably would have told you by now.
Okay, I'm leaving.
There's something else. We ran a test, just to be thorough. We like to be thorough, ask the doctors. And it turns out that your grandmother, young lady, is clinically, poetically, and in every sense of the word, dead. I can't. It's just so gauche. You're so flat.
What?
I'm completely under the nose.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
I agree. We've got regionals next week.
Is she dead or not?
How could I tell? I only just got here.
What was your name again? It's Annie. She's always been little Annie's granny.
Well, now she'll always be.
Dead. Granny's dead.
And how you are?
I didn't ask.
Well, I'll tell ya. She got out of bed, bumped her head, should have gone private
dead. And then you came to me and I said, little Annie's granny is dead. Little Annie's granny is dead. Little Annie's granny is
dead. Oh my!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the forecast.
Well, first of all, Guten Tag.